Hello, shining ones. Mega's here on a beautiful night in Asha. One of my favorite times. I'm sitting up here with my hot cocoa and marshmallows, just my last few sips here, reading books. And the reason I even bring this up is because I want you to know this life is a gift. Don't miss it. Make sure you go to the beach and put your toes in the sand, feel the sun on your back, go on a sailing adventure, hike through the mountains. Just life is beautiful. Savor it, my friends. Don't miss out on it. Don't get lost in a hell in your own mind with worry. My friends, enjoy this gift. And the reason I popped on tonight, because I think with this message I have for you, might help you enjoy this gift. Get out of your head a little bit and see the beauty, see the good. So I want to talk about duality. What brought this up? I was watching a YouTube video and they were using the word duality almost like a bad word, a cuss word. And my friends, Zoroastrianism is built on duality. We're the only one, sets us apart from all the world religions, esoteric, New Age, all of them. We are the only one. If you've never been on this channel before, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi, the original religion. And all the religions that followed, they changed this thing of duality. And what it is, it's real simple, but it's life-changing. So you'll see with the world religions, most religions, their God can love or hate. He can be at peace or go to war. He can heal or send sickness and disease. It's mixed. Zoroaster means pure starlight. That's the light the Magi follow. It's undefiled, undiluted, unmixed. And so we have a duality. We have what we call Asha, which is truth. It's the very spirit of God. It's his ideal existence. It's the only thing that could come from his perfect mind is perfection and bliss and protection and love and goodness. In our religion, God and good are the exact same thing. Then there's what we call the Druge, the lie. So we have Asha, truth, the Druge, the lie. The lie is suffering, pain, disease, anger, hate, war, the complete opposite of Asha. So, and they're totally separate. So you'll see with the world religions, their God is like on a continuum. The best way to explain a continuum is like take temperature. Picture a line and it's one thing temperature. And at one end is hot and the other end is cold, right? And you can move up and down that temperature, but it's the same thing. And you can't really tell where it goes from hot to cold. It's just different degrees of the same thing, right? You can have hot and then lukewarm and then cold and then really cold, but same thing. And people have an idea of God like that, where this God can move down a continuum and get angry, can hate, can war and kill men, women, and children, tell you to stone your children when they're disrespectful, destroy his own creation, send sickness and disease, right? Or he can move back up, same God, move back up the continuum, be kind, peaceful, loving. And in our religion, they're totally separate. It's not on a continuum, our gods. And we're going to get into that in Asha 10 here in a minute. That brings so many people so much peace. Now, I think a lot of people don't like it because a lot of the gods that came afterwards were created in man's own image. It makes it a lot easier to go in and pillage and plunder, kill the men, women, and children. They would keep, they called them women, children, sex slaves, even in the Bible, just horrible stories. That in your heart when you're a kid, before they talked you out of trusting your heart, you knew was wrong. My friends, if you go back to the original religion, Zoroastrianism, it's so simple. Good is good and bad is bad. It's Asha, truth, or Druge, the lie. And this is what sets us apart from everyone. But if you go to many spiritual sites, they talk about duality like it's evil, like it's bad. My friends, but I think if they stop to look at it and use reasoning, I think they'd come to the same conclusion that the original religion came up with. There's good or there's evil. And if we'll choose good, if we'll restore God's image to all good, because man will never rise above his image of God. If your God can get angry, jealous, hate war, kill men, women, and children, right? He won't rise above that ideal, right? That would be blasphemy, to be higher than your God, better than your God. And I think a lot of people just like to live in that until it doesn't serve you anymore. And I think people are waking up to wanting more, because instinctively we know there's more for us. That's where we're always reaching for it. And think about this. I don't know if I've ever talked about this. If, say, God punishes with sickness and disease, right? Maybe you are a bad person. Maybe you cheated on your spouse. Maybe you ripped people off at work. Maybe you're just not a good person, and you got cancer, right? In those world religions, that'd be that God gave you that cancer. Why would you ever go seek treatment? Why would you go to a hospital? Why would you fight against the will of your God? If that's your punishment, why do you fight your punishment? Why would you fight your God? And I could think of scenario after scenario like that. I think you need to get a better God, a good God, an all good God, unmixed, undefiled, undiluted, pure spirit. And that's the beauty of our religion. Grab your book, Asha, go to Asha 10. Asha by Winston Head, inspired by the Magi text. It's available at Amazon, my friends. It's $3.83. And I always ask, please leave a review. We're so close. 2 more, we'll have 100 reviews on Amazon. And it really does help. It moves us up in that algorithm, and we sell a lot of books that way. So Asha 10. It's about the continuum we talked about. It's about understanding your energy. What energy are you really? Matter of fact, it even says that there. What energy am I really? It says, I will ask myself a question, not concerned with how I want others to perceive me or an image to project, but an honest question looking for an honest answer. Isn't that beautiful? If we could just be honest with ourselves. We're not trying to impress ourselves, not trying to impress anyone else. Just, I want to be better. I want to do better. I want to really look at myself. What energy am I really? It says there are 2 kinds of contraries. Ones whose differences are a function, such as hot and cold. So this is the yin and yang idea that people try to use with the good spirit and evil spirit, or God and devil. There are 2 kinds of contrary, one whose differences are a function, such as hot and cold, right? We talked about that, the continuum, high and low, light and heavy, full and empty, which work together in harmony. Now get this. Then there are contraries of substance, which cannot combine, such as good and evil, love and hate, right? Truth and lie. These can't combine. Where truth is, the lie's exposed. It loses all of its power, right? They can't, truth and lie cannot really live together. Once you know the truth, unless you're deceiving yourself and deceiving others for some ulterior motive, but you still know the truth and the lie is not real now. But when you're lost in the lie, you can't see the truth. They're totally separate things. Great example of this is I think of the Bible with mothers told to stone their children if they're disrespectful. And now they're telling you God wrote this book. They'll say, yeah, he wrote it through a man's hand and pen, but it was God that wrote it. So in this religion, God is telling mothers to kill their own children. How would that make a mom feel? To hear their baby's voice, maybe begging for mercy, forgiveness, crying, gasping for this last breath, blood, tears. Mommy, it hurts, help me. Can you feel if that's good or bad, the energy of it? Everything is about energy and frequency. And for too long, people have been calling evil good, calling evil spirits good spirits. My friends, but we have something in us that knows. And if you'll take the time to reason and think, and these religions, they warn you, don't you go in, don't you trust your heart. You're going to get deceived by a devil. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. You're going to be kicking out some devils. My friends, it's all about energy frequency. How would that feel if you were that mother, good or bad? And, I went to Bible college, went to apologetics courses, and they try to come up with, I can't even use the word reason, excuses, is what it really is, of why these stories. But your heart knows. And that's why they tell you, don't trust your heart, it's deceitful. Just listen to the Bible, listen to your priest, listen to God, they say. It's not God. It's not God. And you know that. But so many people have lost their own life, worse, lost children because of wrong ideas. Truth, lie, Asha, the Druge. You get into trouble when you mix it too. It gets gray, it gets confusing. You read in those stories of the Bible like hearing voices. Abraham told to sacrifice his son Isaac. Hearing voices. If you're in Asha truth, you know that ain't God, that ain't good. I can feel that. What's right, what's wrong, what's good. It's Asha 13. Good is good, bad is bad. God is not on a continuum. It says, for when the truth is told, the lie is exposed for what it is, nothing. How many of you were scared of God, scared of the Bible, Quran, Allahs, and aren't once you get the original religion, the message of the Magi, the all-good God, Asha, you become one with it, and you get that truth, and the fear of the lie loses all of its power. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. There's no big fight. The light just fills the room and the darkness is gone. Flip over to Asha 13. Asha 13 says, good is good, bad is bad. The original word of the good religion is that all good comes from the Creator and that no evil comes from him. And from this original word is the spiritual world made straight and the material world brought into order. This is how we change the world, Magi. We get people to hold Asha, and it changes them, and it changes the world. It's beautiful. It says the original word of false religion is that evil comes from the Creator. And in this false idea is all the evil that creatures suffer. We've been talking all day today about ending suffering. This is how we do it. Asha. Truth. Something we talked about earlier in this morning's video that's important. It is not just knowing about it, but being it, be totally enveloped by it, be possessed by love. By truth, by peace, by joy, by God good, where you are that, and that is you. You are that God good principle. And in truth, you are, for you come from good spirit. You're made of good spirit, and you shall return to good spirit. When you understand this, your frequency, your vibration rises, and you become a mighty spiritual force, creating in that plastic medium. Beautiful. All right, guys, I'll put on a little music for you. Do me a favor, just go to the comments and say hi, because I love you guys so much. Be blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Follow the starlight pure.